So you can, So there is one reality, one truth, and it appears to be different in a many form. So in religious, Jews see formless. In Christian, they see like Christ. And also there is a reality of formless. In Hindu, they see the form and formless. So every religion, every tradition, the truth they describe differently, because truth is the infinite ocean. There's infinity. So how can you describe the infinity? No. So everyone took the infinity with his hand like this and describe it. So according to your capacity, according to your view, every every master tradition, religious culture, tradition, they are describing differently. But where is our mistake? Where is the mistakes? Mistake, where is the complexes started when we want to know only here, but we don't want to practice, or we want to practice at the level of identity, ego, so that I can be seen as a spiritual, I can be seen as a spiritual woman, a spiritual man. Who cares if people see me as spiritual or not spiritual? Why? If you really have a money, or you act, you look like a rich, and you really have money, it's two different things. So when you don't have, you try to show yourself that you're rich, so you try everything to look premium. But when you really have something, you don't care. Then whatever you wear, the way you go, it's become premium. So that's the same thing in your spiritual life. You don't care whether you're spiritual, whether you're religious, whether you have a religion. No, you don't care. What you have to care, it's what works for you, what helps, how it helps you to connect. I'm not saying that you should change your belief, or you should go to search something. No, but you just see what helping you to bring inside. Please, as you see an example of act like a rich and really rich. So when you are not what you are trying to be, you try hard, you try to convince, you try to sound like this, you try to, your behavior, your accent and everything, you try to do it. But when you are really there, you just, the way you live, it's become part of that, that richness. Same thing in your spiritual life. You don't try to act like spiritual guy, spiritual women, spiritual person. No. You just see first what works for you, what bring the deeper awareness in you, deeper connecting to you, and what really changes in your life. And you know what? When you really meet a person who can inspire you, who can bring that spark in you, awakening you, that's also that's very fortunate. If we can have such a condition in our life, that who can genuinely help us to awaken from within. It's like a candle. One candle light the other candle. Same thing. If someone who practitioner and has a light within, that experiences spirituality and divinity inside them, so you will inspire to the people who are ready, who are seeking for it. So please understand that to know the truth, the ultimate truth, and your connections to it, you don't need to understand only, but you need to feel the truth. There's a difference between understanding the truth and feeling the truth. So the truth has to be feel. Understanding, where is our problem? We channel all our Shakti, all our energy towards the understanding. And we try to get more tools to get more sharpen my understanding. But we not work towards how I can feel this. If you love a chocolate, we give you a good explanation about chocolate, how good is the chocolate, types of chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, this chocolate, that chocolate. But it's just understanding. But you want to try the chocolate. You want to test the chocolate. And once you experience the chocolate, then you can say, you know what I understood, it's good. The nutrition value, the good for health, and the taste, it's like this or that. But when I really try it, it's different. When you feel it. So the truth has to be felt. Truth has to be experienced. Truth has to be known. Not understand only. And because we only seek at the level of understanding, I'm not saying the understanding is not, understanding is the first step. It's important. But remaining only there and not channeling your energy, seeking towards the feeling and experience, it's unfortunate. It's wasting a lot of time. It's wasting a lot of time. Because you open Google, soon there will be artificial intelligence, they will answer you all the different scriptures. You just lie down in your bedroom and you can open and you can hear it. But in the end, what will fulfilling the human journey, what will make the human journey complete, what will rise the human consciousness is that experience, that feeling that you feel. And you just see the deep down in your life, there is a two type of relationship you have in your outer life. Relationship of the head for your business, relationship of your heart, what it mattered for you. Both has its own importance, but what really matters for you, a relationship of the heart. What you much care and worry about it, and it's value for you, the relationship of the heart. Same thing in spiritual journey, what you understand and you know here, it's not first thing. What is first, what is deep value is what you experienced, what you know, what you feel. And as you started to feel the spiritual life, your noise of the mind become less, quiet, and your mind become more thoughtless and quiet. Naturally, it will change. But when you're not feeling it and only understanding, it looks like clear, but it then is, it's like before storm, it looks quiet, and when the storm comes, you think that you understand you are there, and then suddenly the storms come from the life, the experience of life, the situation of life, and then you realize, no, I don't, I have to learn more, I have to search more. And then you try hard to understand more deeper logic, more deeper rational understanding, and then you think that you're there, but then the life shows you that no, you're not getting it. So what life is trying to show you that it's to having that experience, seeking of that experience. So it's a very important. We have only 24 hours, and in a 24 hour, how we should cultivate our energy. That's why the morning hour you dedicate it to work inside, to connect your mind inside. And even during the day, when you do things, you just do things with whatever offering the works you do, you should do it with the higher attitude, that it's an opportunity to share, it's an opportunity to be useful, helpful. Just see, not as a work, not as a pressure, not as a tension. Okay, it's challenging, it's hard. This is taking a lot of energy, but sun also does everyday work, every second day without holiday. Moon also work every day without holiday. They give the best. The season also works every year. They try to come in their time. The fruits and the flowers, they works in their time. Entire nature is servicing, giving it what they have, how they can. One year more fruit, less, next year maybe less fruits. But they give it how they can. Same thing, we have to understand that this is my contribution in a circle of universe. Maybe I'm cleaning, teaching, cooking, whatever its role I'm playing moment to moment, just I try to give, this is my contribution for this moment. So how better I can play, how effectively I can play, how better I can share and give it. That's very important. But for this, we have to understand one thing, we have to purify our ego first. Our ego has to be melted by making the ego aware of its source, to its roots, to the self, true self, inside, spiritual nature. Make the identity aware of this deeper nature. So that helps you to be quiet, grounded, and which will help you to flow your energy in the present, consciously flow the energy. And that helps really for you to cultivate the deeper motive behind action, deeper awareness, deeper channel of energy. All of what I'm saying, it will only connect it to you if you just beginning with the routine and working on the valuing the peace of mind, quietness of mind, and grounding the mind. Not coming up with that question is hard, it's difficult, or it's very, very, very difficult to work. No, just seeing the possibility that there's so much noise and so much going on in the mind. It's okay, but I can try. When I was born, I was not like this. The noise in my head, it's because throughout the different situation and conditions of life, and it can be changed. But let me start what I can. So always inspiring yourself, motivating yourself towards your deeper experiences. We don't need to see or search the perfection. We need to see, let this moment, what can be done, how can be done, how effectively I can do. We only see the great people's end, like Buddha, but we don't see that the beginning of their struggle is same like you and me. We also struggle in some way. They also struggle. They have their own struggle. So everybody struggle in their own way. Everybody have their own weaknesses, challenges, difficulties, but you just make the one step at a one time. So slowly from understanding your spiritual journeys, from understanding to the experience, to the feeling. And really you try. All you can do is to try. And your outer situation, your outer difficulty is actually a perfect condition which making you aware of your inner life. It's preparing you. It's kind of preparation. Like, when you work and when you grow the wheat or rice, so we have a wind, we have a raining, we have a lot of sun. So all different type of condition, and then these crops grow and they become strong, and then they survive. Same thing we are. We face the different conditions in life, challenges in life, ups and downs in life, and we manage ourselves. We play each role. Just play. I have to be like a soldier. Okay, just play the role of soldier. The whole problem, I don't want to be like this. So ask yourself how you want it to be. Okay. If you don't have a choice, so just be like this. Just play the best possible way you can. The whole problem is that I want to go to the shop, but I don't want to be in the shop. I want to rest, but I can't be there. I want to be somewhere. So your mind doesn't letting you to be where you are. So the whole key, sorry, the importance of your inner journey is that learning to teach your mind, help your mind to be back where you are. In this moment, the where you are. That's my one role in my family, in the work, whatever the role you play, it's just a role. See as a role. Don't take granted. All roles will change with time. But in this moment, just play this role effectively, efficiently. See that this is role is life asking me to play. Let me try my best. Let me do what I can. So each time when you're learning to be efficient, when you're learning to do what you can with your conditions and circumstances, so and when you're aware that this is my role, this is what I can contribute, this is what I can offer from my heart. Okay, sometimes you are very negative, very close, very lacking of strength, lacking of motivation. You're aware of this. Don't fight with your negative. Aware, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It will change. Sometimes you get very angry, upset, down, low energy. It's okay. It will change. It's not the first time when you're feeling like this. So it's okay. It will change, and just slowly take it, spontaneously the situation. Just be spontaneous. And then slowly channeling the energy, not losing the energy with your negative situation, channeling the energy by accepting yourself and adjusting and channeling it. And saving the energy so that you can redirect towards to your experienced. What we do, we understand a lot of things, but we lose energy with fighting in our mind or fighting with the situation. We don't value the present moment, and we don't channel our energy towards the role, towards this possibility. If you take away from the people their phone, if you take away no internet, if you leave the people alone without anything, it's very scary for people to live without phone, without internet, without anything. It's very hard. Yes, it's very hard for people to live like this. And try someday. Today is a no. Today, without any of this thing, without even phone call. Slowly giving yourself a little, saving the energy, practice of preserving the energy, withdrawing the awareness from these devices. Okay, I have today without this. I have informed everyone that whom is important, and then I just don't do anything with it today. And gently helping your mind to coming back to your breath. That day, someday, it's just someday in a week, just breathing day. More spending time with the breath. Like someday you spend time a lot with internet, you have to make a post, send, do things. You did it. So today is a day of breathing. Just say more all day with the breath. Today is a day of breath. Why not? Yes, we can spend. Today is a day of breathing. You can make Shabbat. You have in Jews Shabbat. You can say, okay, Shabbat is a day for me when no money, no touch, no technology. Today is a day of breathing. But when I'm breathing it, I'm just breathing it slow and deep and more from the belly. Just connected like this. And that's what is actually the purpose. That's why all of this has been created. Whatever the religious connotation is one thing, but it's all about so that somehow you can, from day to day life, you can come back to the spiritual point. That's what is it about it. Yes, religiously we create this cap, this kind of food, this kind of lifestyle, this rules, just and that rules and condition has been created at that time, that circumstances. But in this modern time, we have to see it's all about so that my mind from day to day things, it can be separated and just come back to the deeper value in life, spiritual value in life. That's it, and just try. And just same thing in a yogic perspective, you can try with deeper breathing. Just day with a deep breath, and mind and the breath, mind and the breath, mind and the deep breathing, or mind, deep breathing, and mantra, soham. Mind, to making the mind and its awareness aware of the deep breathing, slow breathing, and soham mantra, soham mantra, soham mantra, breath and mantra, because your mind won't stay with the breath all time. It will flies away and it feels tension. Okay, breath, mantra, listening outside, come back. Then you see, or maybe just try for not for whole day, but just try for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Just see what according to your reality and circumstance. Just try in that way, because you are your friend and you are your enemy, and you have a choice. So when you fight with yourself, you become enemy. You're creating everything bitter. But when you are understanding yourself, when you're learning to adjust, and you try to see, you try to find the possibility, you are your friend. Slowly, slowly, slowly adjusting, slowly tuning. It's like, we are like an instrument. We are slowly tuning it, slowly tuning it, slowly tuning it, like a guitar. And suddenly the right music will come, right tune, right notes will take place. So right music will arise from you. That peace, that joy, that's deeper spiritual experience will takes place in his own time. When? Don't worry about when. Just worry about that it will arise when the right time is there. Like full moon is arise when the right time has come. The flower is blossom in its own time. Same thing, this one will blossom in his own time. Not when you want. Maybe you're not prepared when you want. It will come in its own time. So slowly, slowly, that you have to come in closer to that truth. But what happens when we fight with one roles? One role is taking a lot of my energy. People are. If you are single, you think the married is. People who are married, they knows what happens. People, yeah, yes, people who have children's is also not happy with school. Not this, everyone is kind of dissatisfaction in their life. So somewhere we need to learn that this fulfillment and satisfaction I have to discover within me too. And for this, just give a very simple tool to your mind, just grounding the awareness, teaching the mind to calming, quietening, valuing the peace in your life. Peace. You maintain the particular balance in your bank account to maintain your card service. Same thing, you maintain a balance in your life of peace. This peace is very important. and you maintaining by grounding the awareness, by returning to your breath. And slowly, 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 you are coming there. You are coming closer to that truth. You're preparing. So whatever I'm describing you, it's like preparing your inner ground, preparing your inner ground so that that truth can be felt. Because in this world, anybody can offer you a recipe. But it's that you have to cook that recipe and test the recipe. And for cooking that knowledge, experiencing that knowledge, you have to have some preparation from within. That's what they call preparing your antakarna, the one which functions from within. Your mind, your energy, body, your mental body, you just have to prepare it so that you can come closer from understanding to the experience of that truth. That's why in this culture you see before your meal, just even the meal process is a meditation. You're just aware of, you're just grateful to the source. Before you start your class, you do Om, it's just connecting to the source and you asking, just aware of the source. So you create a deeper energy. Before you sleep, you meditate and you pray and you're thankful. It's like connecting to the source, bringing the mind back to the source. In the morning, when you start your day, you just pray. Same thing, just connecting to the source, so that it builds some relationship, it builds some connections to you. It's about building the relationship and connection to the self, to that truth, to the source. So you have to build the connection, you have to build that relationship. And this is your work. Nobody can do anything. Anybody can, like a teacher or living in the place or living with a teacher. Teacher can inspire you with their own experience. Teacher can provide you atmosphere. Teacher can help you in some extent. But ultimately, you have to work to go deeper. Okay? Thank you. Good night, Shivratri. Yeah.
It's maybe about like, I don't know, like chakras or energies in the spiritual journey. But there's two different things that we learn. One is that the upper chakras are opening and you get to have like the vision or like the crown chakra, and then the other one is about the heart opening, and it's like two different experiences of like in your journey you go and you feel like your heart opening, and it can be just like about emotion connecting to things, and then there is other experience that, I don't know, it can be attached but maybe completely separate, that is like spiritual experiences. And then it's like, how does those two exactly like connect? Or
See, that's one thing. Opening your heart chakra. What does it mean? You think that you are connecting your heart chakra with your love and emotions life. No. Love is one thing, emotion is one thing. With your sensory, your lust is one thing. Your lust is not love. Lust is a compulsiveness. Okay, that's the one drop. So you can feel better. It's a one drop. Okay? But opening the heart means opening the heart. When the yogis say open your heart means realizing that your inner world, stepping to your inner world. That is the opening of the heart. And as you become aware of inside, you started to be compassionate. Compassion is a higher dimension of love. when you started to give the love. Not intellectually, it's not like intellectual act to giving. No. You're not thinking to give, you're feeling to give. So when the anahata is opening, it means you're aware, you started to feel connections to your inner life. You started to feel, realizing the value of your inner life. And when you move to when you started to feel and you started to find your connection, so it started to make you sensitive, more deeper. You started to make you more compassionate. Not intellectually think for compassion, but compassion in this moment. You're living with some people surrounded you, conditions, situations, circumstances. Compassion not necessarily being kind always. Compassion sometimes means being quiet also. It's not like saying the good things, talking. No, sometimes it can be just quiet. According to situation, it just makes you, it's quiet. Tolerance, patience, they are all quality of the heart. Then as you become aware, as your anahata expand, you develop, you diving deep in your inner world. Your inner consciousness is developing, expanding, expansioning. And as it expansioning, then it started to happening to you purity in your life, clarity in your life. What you think, what you speak, what you act, it's becoming oneness there. That is Vishuddhi, clarity, purity. And that clarity and purity in life leading you to the peace. Whole problem is that what I say, what I think, what I speak, and the way I act, there's a difference always. But when there's anahata open, means you become aware of inside, your inner consciousness develop, then as you diving deep, you awakening your inner consciousness, then it's making you purity, clarity between thought, speech, and action. And then it leading you to the peace. The peace that you intellectually approach is a glimpse, it's a drop, but this peace, it's your experience of that silence, deep peace, deep silence, deep quietness. And that peace, it's the intuitive knowledge. Intuitive knowledge come from here. And from peace to bliss is not a human effort. Peace to bliss, it's not a human effort. Human effort can only lead you to the peace. Identity can travel to the ego, subtle ego can travel at the level of peace also. But from peace to bliss, it's not a human effort. It's the art of surrender, submission to yourself, becoming one with it. And that's again, here to here, it's the intellectual has to melt. You have to drop surrender. And it's not effort action can't bring you there. Only when you're ready. So that's why they call the ultimate stage of all philosophy, all teaching is surrender. And that's why they call it here Sahasrara, means many petal of lotus. They represent the many different way to attaining that stage, different path to coming to that stage of submission, that oneness. That's why it's called oneness. And that's why they call it animal nature, human nature, and divine nature. It's an evolutionary journey for human. Animal nature, first three chakra. So anahata, from anahata you started to be human, started to connect, know, because human has this gift, this has this possibility, this potential to know about your inner life. That's the gift of being human. And as you go diving deep in that consciousness, rising you to the the higher wisdom, inner awakening that lead you to ultimate experiences. So, so you know, this is how the journey of chakra, but they are just one way to describe it, how the human, animal to human, human to divine journey, evolutionary journey. You want to say something?
I think maybe a more accurate way to the question is, so there is that experience of the opening of the heart and becoming more compassionate, and there is like the spiritual experiences of a third eye, and experiencing things that we don't usually see. And those are two very different experiences that both takes part in the spiritual journey. And like, how are they connected? Or if you feel one of them, like if you feel that your heart is opening, or if you feel that you have a spiritual experience,
Okay.
are the two connected?
First of all, there is a difference between hallucination and experienced. There is a much difference between hallucination, the word hallucination, and experiences. Sometimes we are intellect, we read things, we understand things, and we visualize things, and we hallucinating things. So whenever something, it's like hallucination is like a look like a rich. So look like a spiritual. So you try to, and whenever you look like a spiritual, you make a more noise about this. It's not true experience. You make it just noise about this. This happened, this is awakening, that color happens. Okay. It's like when you're pretending to be rich, so you're trying to act this or that. I'm just telling you how I have known, okay? And when you really things happen, when there were really Shakti coming here, when there were really Shakti energy channeling here, it just make you speechless. It just makes you don't, this, you do not, there's a no itching in your mind. There's a itching, when there's a lacking of experience, there's a lot of itching. When there's a hallucination, there's a lot of itching in the mind. I need a scratching, when you have itching, you need something to scratch. Same thing, there's the intellectual itching, so we need something to describe it. But that's not a true spiritual experience. Truly, you don't need to be agree what I said, but I'm just telling you how I have known. So there's a difference between intellectual, when we understand thing mentally, we thinking and we visualizing and we started to create thing, and when genuinely happening, when truly happening, it's like one, you are systematically preparing, and it happens to this awakening itself, just delightfulness, this quietness, that silence, that awakening, that wisdom is there. And one is that you just think and you watch and you read and you create and you push hard yourself, and it's like it's like, I give you one example. It's like a natural rose and growing the rose in the factory, put all the chemical and growth, so they looks nice, they looks very green, very white, attractive, but it doesn't has a life, doesn't has that sweetness, that naturalness. So whenever the spirituality is visual, based on overthinking, over reading, over visualization and thinking, so it's like an artificial rose. It looks nice, but it doesn't has that natural fragment. It doesn't mean that is wrong, right? But I'm just saying that you've been that's why I just said to people, just practice, and the Shakti will rise itself. Shakti will rise. You don't need to do anything to rise the Shakti up. You don't need to do anything to, all you have to do is to just maintain your awareness between heart, just aware of channel here to here, and from here it will travel by itself. Just continue doing it what you can do. But with the moment you overthink, you visualize. Sometimes people ask me, oh, I see this here, I see that here. And really, in my own journey, all of these things, it happens to me, but it doesn't matter for me, because not because I just know one thing, what is the everything is subject of changing. That's what I hear from the tradition, and everything, it's part of the journey. So all I want to say one thing, that the experience of the heart, the experience of the third eye, intellectually they appears to be different. Intellectually you can say the heart is emotion, this is this wisdom, but really when you go genuine experience, you will just see is a continuation of your journey. It's like you are standing in the ground floor, you see, oh, only this much of far. You come here, you say, oh, it's more. And when you go upper level, you say, oh wow, the view, the vision has grown. So when you just, which level of your consciousness, your vision is different. So when you see in through the eye, through the glasses of intellect, is limiting you, is dividing you. This is hard, this is this chakra differences. This is the nature of intellect, it dividation. That's what I was saying to you last night. But when you really come to the experience, then you won't see the dividation. Because you just seeing with your genuine observation that it's just inside. You come home after work, you're coming home, you're taking shower, you're becoming clear, and you're going to the peace. And then you go to the bliss in the deep sleep. And this is just a funny analogy so that you can take it with you. So but this is how is it, simpler. So, and also, make your spiritual journey see your spiritual journey. It's like as you, it's a life process. It's a life process. Sometimes you don't go to the home, sometimes you're just traveling. So you just, sometimes you're living in your lower chakras. People live in their lower chakras. Suddenly they realize, oh, it's enough. Let's come back to home. Let's come back inside. Okay, come back home, aware of inside, go here, and then you will come to that upper experiences. You want to say something here? Thank you. Good night.